the CAQM has fallen into the line with the industry lobby, because now the CAQM has softened its stand on operation of diesel generator sets of capacity greater than or equal to 800 kilowatt, and it is in Delhi and the National Capital Region. CAQM is the Commission for Air Quality Management in National Capital Region and adjoining areas. Now, I'm not going into the details of when the CAQM was formed, how it was formed, that you know. And if you are still interested to know some more things, you can go to caqm.nic.in. Now, the CAQM has issued a fresh direction, and that brings some respite for the industries and commercial establishments running diesel generator sets. We often refer as DG sets. Now, the direction dated 14th September 2022 says regulated use of DG sets of capacity more than or equal to 800 kilowatt may also be permitted for the industrial and commercial establishments for their operations in the NCR, Delhi NCR, during the period under GRAP, subject to certain conditions, basically 3 conditions. Now, what is GRAP? GRAP. GRAP is Graded Response Action Plan. Now, what CAQM says? CAQM says that DG sets with capacity either 800 kilowatt or more are to be mandatorily run on a dual fuel mode in areas where PNG infrastructure, piped natural gas, PNG infrastructure and supply is available, and shall be permitted to run for a maximum of 2 hours a day, to take care of the production and technical exigencies owing to regular power supply failures. Sometimes we face that power supply failures in different areas. Now, in areas where gas infrastructure is not there, gas as in PNG gas infrastructure is not there, and supply is not available, DG sets of the capacity 800 kilowatt or more may be permitted to run only for a maximum of 1 hour on daily basis. The CAQM direction has reduced the emission limit for particulate matters, oxides of nitrogen and carbon monoxide. Now, you can see this table. Here you see there is a comparison between the revised standards in respect of particulate matters, oxides of nitrogen as NO2 and carbon monoxide. Vis-a-vis, there is a GSR notification. GSR as in General Statutory Rules 489E dated 9th July 2002 for DG sets commissioned on or after 1st July 2005. Now, you look at it, the standards given, the standards are to be measured, the results are to be measured at 15% of oxygen. So, the particulate matters revised standard in Delhi NCR will be 50 milligram per nm3, and that in case of other area or if it is not CAQM revised, then it is 75 milligram per nm3. Similarly, the nitrogen oxides or the NO oxides of nitrogen, basically in the form of nitrogen dioxide, the limit has been given 650 milligram per nm3, and in other case it is 710 ppmv, parts per million, V is volume. Now, if you talk about this ppmv and milligram per nm3, the relationship is almost, the milligram per normal meter cube value is almost double than the ppmv value. So, if the CAQM has considered it rightly, and if the unit they have given is justifiably right, then in that case, milligram per nm3 650 means it will be approximately somewhere around 325 ppmv. So it is very stringent here. And the carbon monoxide, instead of 150, it has become 100. Now let me simplify about what is 15% of oxygen. Just giving a layman's idea, layman's calculation. Don't take it as a technical calculation. If oxygen percentage is found to be, let's say, 12% in the emission sample, and let's assume that the particulate matter was found at 12%, it is 100 milligram per mm cube. So at 15% of oxygen, the particulate matter concentration will be 15 divided by 12 into 100. So somewhere it is around 125 milligrams. So it will be higher. But what I am saying is just an indicative only. I mean, the exact calculation is completely different and it relates to that N cube, that is the normal volume of gas. N cube is the volume of gas. N stands, basically it is a normalized one. So this means oxides of nitrogen and as nitrogen dioxide has to be controlled by more than 50%, and this is a big challenge for the industries, whether anyone understands or not. Another important thing that was made clear is that DG sets stack height. It has to be raised to a minimum of 6 meters above the building, subject to a minimum height of 30 meters. In simple terms, if the building height where DG sets are installed is 20 meters, the minimum stack height for DG sets should be 30 meters from the ground level. But if the building height itself is 27 meters, the minimum stack height for the DG sets should be 33 meters, that is 27 plus 6 meters from the ground level. Now comes why CAQM did so. It says that a number of industries, associations, federations and entities represented before it, that as of now there is no specified procedure for emission compliance or testing of retrofitted emission controlled devices. Retrofitted emission control devices, RECD, for diesel power generating set engines, especially gross mechanical power 800 kilowatt or above. And there is no clarity on how to use it. So the Commission further states that it has asked the Central Pollution Control Board from time to time to expedite the guidelines for DG sets more than 800 kilowatt capacity. Now, CPCB advised that generators engines of gross mechanical power more than 800 kilowatt are basically powerhouses. And it is not possible to test the efficacy of such retrofitted emission control devices in isokinetic conditions. Now, isokinetic conditions, it is very much related to the particulate matters. The velocity at which the emission is going out to the atmosphere, the sampling has to be done at the same velocity. So that is called isokinetic velocity, isokinetic sampling. And isokinetic sampling, if you want to know how it happens, you have to refer IS 11255. Part 1, I think it will give a very clear picture. And even the CPCB has also published some guidelines in this regard. Now, therefore, CPCB suggested for stack emission standards of generator for such generators to be done in accordance with the GSR 489 dated 9th July 2002. Now, let me tell you, though CPCB has developed the monitoring protocol for emission testing for DG sets of capacity 800 kilowatt and above, experts believe that there are a number of gaps persisting in the area. Lack of sampling infrastructure, quality of filters, thimbles used to draw the samples. Most of the laboratories are not following the specifications developed by the CPCB or the Indian standards to monitor oxides of nitrogen as NO2 in terms of IS, Bureau of Indian Standards, IS 11255 Part 7 and carbon monoxide. So there is And further, there is no standardized sensors available, so online monitoring is also not reliable. Anyway, let's see how the air pollution pattern comes out in the winters. And at church, there is some budging that Delhi air quality has improved, but it's far from reality. I hope that you liked this video. If you liked, please share it with others. And please subscribe to this channel. Please click the like button also. It costs nothing, but it encourages us enormously. Thank you. Jai Hind.